Faybree was born on January 14th of 2008, a healthy pink baby. We were able to take her home, and after 2 weeks she was having reflux and wasn't gaining weight. We took her to the pediatrician, and there she was diagnosed with failure to thrive. Her doctor noticed she was pale in color and tested her oxygen saturations, which were in the 70s. We were then rushed to the local children's hospital, and after months of testing and known as the mystery patient, she was diagnosed with ABCA3 surfactant deficiency. Before that, she underwent a lung lavage due to the reflux. There they found that she was aspirating into her lungs. They decided to perform a Nissen fundoplication along with a G-tube to solve this problem. After the procedure, Faybree was unable to come off the ventilator. They were unable to get her CO2 down. They switched her to the oscillator. Her support started to increase with that as well. That's when we finally got the devastating news that she had ABCA3, and the only hope was a double lung transplant. It was less than 1% for Faybree to get this disease. My husband is the only carrier, so Faybree has a double mutation. We agreed to move forward with the lung transplant and got her to a somewhat stable position, had St. Louis Children's Hospital come transport her to the local hospital there. We felt we had to give Faybree the opportunity to live. If she was willing to fight through all that she has gone through, then a transplant was meant to be. I quit my job here in Florida and relocated to St. Louis and lived at the Ronald McDonald Apartments. My husband flew up there every 3 weeks like he had to work. Our family took turns to be with me. They were a huge support system. After lots of tests and counseling, Faybree was listed on the transplant list. A long 7 weeks later, she received her double lung transplant at 3.5 months old. She recovered well with a few bumps, but nothing major. We stayed in St. Louis for another 2 months for therapy and checkups. Currently, Faybree still sees a speech therapist, as she doesn't talk much, but she does a lot of sign language. She eats and drinks well by mouth, but she has to be too-fed as she doesn't get enough calories. She did have physical therapy, but now she doesn't because she's walking and very strong. She has gone through rejection once, which is extremely rare at her age of receiving a transplant, but she currently has no rejection. We drive a long 18 hours to St. Louis every 3 to 6 months to see how she's doing by the transplant doctors there. This is required for the rest of her life. Every week we have doctor's appointments. She takes 8 to 10 meds twice a day to stay healthy. We're extremely cautious of her health and don't take her out in public. The only public places are doctor's offices, and she has to wear a mask. We're constantly cleaning her toys and hands of germs, and we also installed a filtration system in her home to stay cautious of her health. We decided to homeschool Faybree as we were cautious of her getting sick and getting chicken pox. She can't receive that immunization since it's live. But as she gets older, we'll probably reevaluate her and going to school. This disease and transplant has changed our lives. It will never be normal like having a healthy kid, but it's all we know. She's our first child. We were told by one of the doctors that it's trading one set of problems for another when you get transplanted. Our problem was she wasn't going to live, so it was our only hope. Any problems we deal with today, which there are a lot, is worth it. The prognosis isn't good, but we take each milestone and moment and cherish it. One thing it's done for us, it's made us more thankful for life. And with that, we live by one motto. Life is not measured by the number of breaths we take, but the number of moments that take our breath away.